boing boing.
Default assertive Juan here today for mere mortals meanderings, where we talk shit, we let out our frustrations, we banter.
Is that what we
talk
do?
whatever we want to do. It is what I'm going to do today, folks. Juan over here, got Karen over there with basketball hat.
Basketball hat, Karen checking in for the...
Checking goddamn fucking in. Now, welcome to a very rainy day here in Brisbane, and it has been rainy for a few days now. Quite a few days. Do you know why? Perhaps it might be so rainy, Karen. And the outlook for the next 2 weeks is rain, rain, rain.
Global warming. The gods despise us.
The gods despise us, that is. Could be close. No, we are officially in La Niña event. For those who might not know, and I just quickly Googled this because there's so much information that I just went, I'm like, I'm not going to read this. Basically, short terminology, at least for us Australians. Not sure how it affects everyone else in the world, especially maybe our Indian listeners. You'll have to go and look at this up. But La Niña, at least for the eastern seaboard here, rain. That's what it means. Colder and rain. Rain, rain, rain. So the expectations for us is it's going to be probably like this for all of summer, basically. The last time there was a La Niña effect, can you remember when it was? Can you recall? 2011, the Brisbane floods.
Okay.
That was the last time we had the big rains. So hopefully, obviously, we don't get terrible flooding.
What defines a La Niña? What metrics?
I can go specifically. Let me just quickly go through to see if it's like is there a particular like degrees or something? It's a term used to describe when the water circulation is on steroids. This is literally from ABC News. The Western Pacific is even warmer than usual. The trade winds are stronger, and all the moist, energetic air is pushed onto Australia.
That does not sound scientific.
No,
at all.
it does not. So it's something about the water circulation. So it's a circulation of basically the warmer winds coming through and being pushed to Australia. The specific details, I have no idea. Like, there's no specific scientific. I'm going to say it's something to do with like that particular cycle pushing like a certain percentage volume of the humid air away or into Australia.
Yeah,
something to do with that. Cool. So anyways, we're on La Niña. Why am I saying this though?
Yeah. Why?
Why am I saying this? So today, me and Mortalites, we wanted to do this session at what? 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Let's just say. And I thought, I'm going to be a good man. I'm going to leave work early today.
To please Kyron.
I left at 3:22. 3:22,
okay.
I left the office. And I checked. It is 11 kilometers.
Yeah.
From my office back to our home site.
Yeah.
Where we live in Morningside.
So I would have expected, latest 4.
Correct. Latest 4, And I got here. What time did I get here? Like 4:20 something.
Yeah.
4:25. Dude.
You're going to blame La Niña?
Dude, I'm not going to blame La Niña. Am I going to blame the rain, perhaps? I'm going to blame the imbeciles on the road. Because it took me over an hour to do 11 kilometers. I could run faster than that, Karen. This is, again, a legitimate excuse where I could have run home and gotten here faster. And there was a particular section. So let me paint the picture for you. I don't know if you know exactly this place, but it's on the South Bank Junction. So if I was coming out of... You've seen where I drive from my car park area.
Yeah.
Where you basically merge onto, for those listening home, so I'm using my hands. There's basically a T intersection place where there's basically 2 traffic lights, 2 roads merging into the one road, and you're basically just turning left. And I saw on my dial, on my car, it said 21 minutes home. 21 minutes ago, I'm like, awesome, cool, obviously a bit of delay. Usually it's about 13 minutes. Awesome, I'll be there well before 4 o'clock. It took more than 21 minutes for me to go past those traffic lights.
Damn.
It took more than 21 minutes. Why did it take more than 21 minutes?
I think I could maybe guess this, which is that those 2 traffic lights are set up in a weird way where it's definitely prioritizing flow coming from the West End. And
Correct.
so and they have like a double traffic light scenario as well. I would guess like they were just filling up and people were doing that bloody creeping thing where they'll like creep through the light, block the lane, and then when you're meant to get a couple of cars off, there's just no space. And
that's exactly what's happening, dude. So I lost count. Like, I was counting 8, 9, 10, 11 sets of lights going green to red. Every single time it was 3 cars would creep up, absolutely no space for any one of us to move. And then ours would be a red light, and then they would kind of go through, and the same thing would happen over and over. Dude, this happened for over 20 minutes until I cannot tell you at what number cycle this was, but someone didn't go illegally through these fucking lights and like trailing through, and then we could have one car, like one literal row of cars went forward, and everyone else still stayed back.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe how long it took. So I'm not going to blame La Niña because it's not La Niña's fault. Right?
No.
Is it the weather's fault? No. Is it the rain's fault? It can cause people to act irrationally. It can bring your mood down, perhaps. But I won't blame the rain. I'm
Yeah.
going to blame the creepers, the road creepers. If you are a road creeper, especially at traffic lights, and I find out you are doing that near more lights, you're going to have some issues. You're going to wish La Niña didn't come to you. I will.
What are you going to do,
I
Juan?
will. People have said to drown in La Niña because of all the water.
Yeah.
I will drown you in your own tears.
You should just,
in your own tears. I will drown you in your own tears.
Knock on the car and be like, you can drown in less than a spoonful of water. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of water around here.
A lot of water around. You got to be careful, dude. I was so frustrated. I was also listening at the same time to a conversation, latest Joe Rogan with a guy called Ben. No, not Ben. Another one. That was the one previous. It was a conversation, and they were basically not bantering. They were like arguing around the concept of some. I can't even tell you because I was so frustrated. But it was like something around philosophy and physics, and which one was consciousness the meta level, or was physics and maths the base level.
Okay.
But because they were arguing, I was in this space. I was like, dude, I just felt in my heart of heart like the default aggressive one was coming out. I was like, I'm going to push this car past this red light. I'm going to get another fine. I'm going to get another fine, and I don't care, so I can get bloody back home. So speaking about fines, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue.
Man. Keep your roll going.
Keep going with this. To the other one, and I'm going to just summarize it here for you, and for the mere mortalites at home. I went for dinner out 2 nights ago, and I parked in a place where, like, let's be frank. So I'm going to take ownership here. Let's be frank. I parked in a place where it was a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. sort of timeline where you should be metered.
Metered, yes.
Beyond that, all fine. Now I parked for 12 minutes to go. 6:48. Everybody, 6:48. And I thought, look, I should be safe here. It should be fine. I wasn't even anywhere close to any place. Plenty of car parks everywhere as well. Plenty of car parks everywhere. It wasn't like busy. Yeah. I could have parked anywhere else. I don't know if other places were unmetered. I'm not sure. But plenty of car parks. So I was like, that's cool. Walked away. Went and had dinner. Came back. And there was a paper ticket. So there's not even a digital ticket. For those playing at home, I don't know, different countries, different
I think
cities.
that's a better thing, to be honest.
Yeah, usually...
I want to know straight away.
Yeah, it is nice. So I was able to pay it off straight away. But, this wasn't like someone drove by, because that's how they do the digital ones. You drive by and they just catch the license, check it against a thing, you get a digital fine. No, this was something walking around in 12 minutes, within the 12 minutes to put it there. Am I blaming La Niña? No. It was raining. I'm not blaming the rain. I'll blame myself on that one. But also 12 minutes. Come on.
Yeah,
were you waiting in the I reckon that same person was a trailing car person. I'm going to call it. I reckon that would be the same type of individual.
Oh, okay.
A trailing car crossed the road. I reckon it was him.
So
he did it to me twice.
They purposely delayed you today just to mess you up.
Just to mess me up.
Yeah, well, actually, you got me thinking when you were saying that of my semi-current strategy, which is I push the limits a little bit when I'm parking in a 2-hour free zone, which ends at 6 p.m. And I was like, oh, this could be dangerous. Like, one, got pinged. Plenty of car parks there as well. So I was thinking, oh, it could be bad. But the difference with that is it's not an immediate one. They have to do the rework of coming back. So they'd have to see me there at this time and then come back to do it. So I was like, oh, that I feel reduces the likelihood of me getting stung. So, yeah. But, yeah, once again, that sucks, man. That just sucks. That sucks a whole diddly-doodly bunch.
A whole diddly-doodly. But, yes, anyway.
And how much was the fine?
$103. $103 that I didn't have one to spend. Dinner, well, $102. So it was like, I was kind of happy with the dinner spend, and then double it up, bitch. So I was like, far out.
Could have been spending that on some
Could have got
mates.
some ETH. Could have got some Cardano, dude, with $2.32. Could have been right up my alley.
That's it,
but
man.
I wanted to ask you, getting away from the renting, rain. If it was to rain every single day for the whole of summer, what are your thoughts about that? Would you be displeased?
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. I definitely do enjoy getting out.
So I've been seeing you working out indoors, obviously in our garage rather than going outside. Would you try to venture outside if that was the case? Because I know sometimes you want to use the bars and stuff.
I was tempted today. Tomorrow is meant to be my bar day. So, if it's this type of weather, it's a trade-off, because it's like I want to do the bar works, but there's no real point if it's wet and I can't grip it.
Is there anything worse than a slippery bar?
Yeah, when it's like scorching hot and...
Would you prefer a slippery wet bar than a scorching hot bar?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
For sure, yeah.
So today I was at the gym this morning, right? And I was doing a bit of a mixture of like back and whatnot. And I went, okay, cool. I also want to do some pull-ups. And I went and jumped up on the bars. And I kid you not, this is inside in an air-conditioned gym. God, I swear, everything was getting me. Jumped up. The bars were so slippery. My hands just slipped straight
moist,
off.
like
just
humid?
moisture, just
Yeah.
humidity. So like I literally hopped up and it just slipped off straight away.
Hmm.
I was like, this cannot be serious. I think I was doing sets of 5 because I could just barely hang on to the bloody bar to do pull-ups. So I would prefer if it was like blistering my skin hot.
Yeah,
So at least I'd stick to it and like be able to pull up than the other way around.
Nah, because you can use a towel at least with the bar if it's wet. So you just throw that on, give it a quick wipe down and whatnot.
Fair, yeah.
Brennan was actually telling me that the main park that I go to, it was designed just before COVID, I believe. And he was saying there was a period there where they didn't have the floor rubber matting, and that he said it's probably adds an extra couple of inches to it. And so the high bars would have then been really high.
Super high.
But also...
All below, grass.
No, just dirt. So he was saying like it was dirt and rocks and shit. And so...
What? So you're falling off a super high bar straight into rocks
if
and
you're
dirt.
jumping up onto that, yeah. So, that... But the other slightly lower bars would probably be a really good height for me now, if that was the case. But, yeah, what would you think if your gym floor was just rock and dirt, or like dirty all the time?
I wouldn't mind dirty. I wouldn't mind a dirty floor. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like,
I suppose because you're wearing shoes most of the time.
Yeah, if it does have to be
Slippery.
pristine.
Let's say it's slippery.
Slippery, yeah, I wouldn't enjoy slippery. Like heavy squats on a slippery floor. Ugh. There's a fantastic video about the CrossFit Games 2018 or 2017, and they were doing a really like heavy lifting. Like they were doing heavy overhead press, heavy squats, heavy deadlifts. They were doing it outside in like a stadium in the rain. Like either it just finished raining or it was still kind of raining. And this dude had, like, this is not the right number, but it's between like 180 to 200 kilos on his back, and he fucking slipped.
Oh,
he slipped with the weight, like outside on this thing, and it just like flipped out. And I went, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
you crazy people! Why are you squatting on like rainy surfaces?" I think that gives CrossFit a bad name. Don't do that. Like, wipe them down. Go inside. Don't do that. Perhaps like change it to another movement.
Yeah.
I thought, dang.
I get worried enough with the blocks that I do handstands on, and if the floor is just not, I don't know, even the concrete in the garage, I still felt it slip slightly sometimes, which is not great when you got your full weight on your hands. Like you don't want that sort of movement.
Sudden twist.
But I can't even imagine that with, a couple of 100 kilos on my back as well.
Speaking of that, have you had any little niggles lately from training and stuff?
Just when I bang my foot into the
That's the only one so far?
Yeah, which is a week and a half later, still sore. And then a friend of mine recently was talking about how he broke his foot, and he was saying it wasn't too sore. And I'm just like,
oh man, have I broken my foot? Well, something's been happening with me lately, and I'm going to call myself out. It's probably because I'm working out 2 hours every morning, like when I do my CrossFit and my normal workout. But I'll do my workout on Monday. I'll do my workout on Tuesday. By Wednesday, dude, I am so sore. I haven't fully recovered. Like everything's super sore. So at the moment, because I'm focusing on bench press, I'm like, let's just say it's chest focus on a Monday from my normal. So CrossFit all the time, but I'm focusing on chest on a Monday, Tuesday squats, Wednesday chest, Thursday back, Friday chest again. Right. So my chest is like healing up enough, but I'm finding like my legs. I do legs on Tuesday, and then if any squats or any other movement that includes legs comes in on like a Thursday, Friday, legs are just not recovered at all. They're like well too sore. And I'm waking up some mornings going, nah, I think I like just need to continue sleeping and like not train at all today, which I did today? What's today? No, yesterday. Yesterday I did that. Like yesterday I like woke up and I went, dude, I'm like, I can't even like train today. I'm like too sore. I'm going to just sleep, take a day off. And today I woke up this morning and I was like, oh man, I'm starting to feel sore. And I went, oh man, I reckon this is probably a combination of training too hard, probably not eating enough because I have not been eating enough, but also just age starting to actually hit me in terms of like recovery, dude. And I went,
old onesie.
And I went, is this La Niña? No, this is age. This is life getting me.
That's it.
None of it is my fault. It's just life.
So there's 3 things. 2 of them are niggling things. So now that I think of it, I actually have the opposite problem. I am taking Mondays and Tuesdays off training, and I come into Wednesdays, and it hurts. it doesn't feel good. I don't feel rested and recovered. I feel like I'm in a worse off position
because of the rest.
Yeah, because it feels like my body's like, oh, okay, you don't need to gain the tolerance for being on your hands anymore. Here, let's have some pain for your wrists so you don't do this again. By Sunday, I'm used to it again, and it's like, oh yeah, wrists are feeling really good.
Yeah.
Going up. Like, the first couple of sets aren't sucky or anything. So I'm actually thinking my rest days are hurting me, and I need to start putting some stuff in there. Yeah,
okay.
Start doing some work.
Or it could particularly be maybe like real good stretches of the wrist or something like that, so that particular part of the body.
I don't know, man. My routine is very same. Like, I don't alter it much, if at all. So it should be. You would think I'd be coming in feeling fresh, but I'm not. The other one is I'm thinking I might need to start leaving a bit of a time gap between my really dedicated stretching, trying to get to the front splits or middle splits and pancake, and actually working out. Because I know when I go up into my first handstand and I really like spread the legs wide, try and go into a deeper split as possible whilst in a handstand. Once again, like it hurts. I feel the pain in the hip flexors, and it's also making me weaker. It means I can't do some of the movements because I know like I can't fully commit all the energy my legs have or the strength my legs have to doing this because I just feel weak. And I think that's because I'm really, really stretching it half an hour beforehand and then going into it, and it's like they're too loose or they're too something. So.
Here's some positivity. Let me sprinkle some positivity into this episode. I was able to get 4 pistol squats on each side of my leg. On each side. Full, unassisted, unsupported. It was beautiful because I've been basically doing that for 3-4 months of supported. And just one day I was kind of like, okay, I'm feeling ready. And I was able to bang them out. Banged them out, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But last week, couldn't even do one. Because I was so sore. So I was
How deep are you getting? Like full
Pretty
full
deep.
Down?
Let me see what I can do right now.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
Demonstrate.
So
or use the pole behind you if you want.
Completely. So I was going like that far down.
Yeah, okay. So, that's about normal. Just as long as your legs horizontal.
All the way down. So, yeah. So I was getting all the way down. The balance was a little bit of an issue. But even then, I was like, oh, then I'm like, oh, it feels sore. Like, it feels like I can do it strength-wise, can definitely do it, but it just feels like super sore through my legs. And that, I think it's just, like, there's just too much. And I think I'm starting to get to, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this much training onto, like, my whole body. You know?
It's funny, man. You look like normally you're so smooth with everything you do, your squats, and you know you can tell when people have done 10,000 reps of something. But man, that looks so unco then when
exactly,
you're coming down.
right?
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I want to get more into as time goes on is more single. How was it? Unilateral lifting. More unilateral lifting. So I'm already kind of planning ahead. So once I accomplish hopefully most of the lifting goals and whatnot this particular year, I think there's going to be a bit of a shift to unilateral goal-aligned lifting. So that's like single leg deadlift, single leg something else, maybe on the overhead things with like shoulders and arms, but more the unilateral to be strong on both sides. Because if I was to do a full squat, I reckon I can do it quite smoothly, but there's probably a part of me that's overtaking one side or the other in comparison to maybe my hips dipping one way and I'm powering with my right rather than my left or vice versa. So I think it's just working through all those little, maybe small tapered things. And I'm like, okay, I haven't paid attention to them ever. And I think those would be nice things to just make sure they're like, yep, super strong, super aligned. It doesn't actually matter going into the future whether it's like, you know, full heavy squatting or, you know, these sort of like pistol squats. It's like, okay, no, they're going to be nice and effortless from both sides of the body. Because I reckon if I tried to do my left, dude, yeah, that wasn't going to go down then. So like fresh, no way. Absolutely no way.
Yeah. It's just risky, that stuff, I feel. Like, I really kind of wish I didn't fall in love with one arms. Because I don't think it's like the smartest thing I've ever done.
Fun for sure.
Yeah. It'd be smarter to do something like rock climbing or bouldering, which is, you know, you've always got 3 points of contact.
Sure,
that's the one thing I worry about with one arms is just there's just one way you're going to get hurt.
True.
You're going to...
there's more risk, but there's more reward because the reward is it's fun.
It looks cool.
Yeah. And to round out me more lads for meandering, so at least for myself, on sports and endeavours, 200-meter running. I did some 200-meter sprints the other day, forcibly by CrossFit again. And it was great fun. I was really looking forward to it. And I got absolutely demolished, both by the workout and humbled by how fast people were. Because, did I talk to you
you
much
told me
about this?
Yeah.
I don't know how much I told you about it, but basically, so the first 200 meters, blitz everyone, motherfuckers. Blitz them all. I was running 31 seconds, 30 seconds. I think it was like 30 and a 30 point, something like that, right? Awesome. Great times. I was coming in through first, and then it was 4-minute break. So basically every minute for 4 minutes, you would run a 200 meters, and then 4 minutes would come by, run again, then another 4 minutes. So when you finish, it's just like as it's rolling. So you're probably getting 3 minutes and a bit of rest, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time the third and the fourth started, I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel this, and it slowed down, and I'm running at like 37 seconds. So my slowest was 37 seconds, which ended up being in time. And there was people out there like averaging 32, 31, 30s for 200 meters, which is like, it's not super fancy. Like, it's not like, oh, that's amazing. But sub 30, like if you're doing a 30, that's like pretty impressive, a 200 meter run. And to hold that for 7 sets is amazing. And I went, here it is again, another chance to be. I thought that it was going to be like a great day, and I would be like, this is like, I'm going to be really proud. And I was, but I didn't realize how humbled I was going to be as well by just how shit my running is in like a prolonged sort of effort like that. And I went, yeah, wow. If you had to do a session like that, like just a sprinting session, doesn't have to be that exact thing, do you think you'd have the stamina to kind of hold some consistent runs like that?
No, I was doing that. Well, I think when I came back in 2019, I was practicing for just when we were doing 1K. I think it was part of my challenge to do 1K in sub 3:15.
Yep.
And I remember doing a bunch of...
to give listeners an idea, those times I'm talking about, it's about a 2-minute 30 kilometer pace. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 kilometer pace.
Yeah,
was a running pace that we're running at.
Yeah. And I did that. I'm pretty sure I was doing like sprints of 100 meters, 200 meters, and then I would just wait until I'd calm down and then do it, which was probably about, every 4 minutes, probably about that. And no, they drop off real quick. I'll bring them up on the screen.
You reckon you get the numbers?
I've got the numbers somewhere. Yeah. So I'll have a look. But yeah, it was definitely not great.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't realize. I haven't done a proper like running session ever. Right, I've never done that or proper athletics or whatnot. It was impressive to me to see just how terrible you start to go as soon as like your legs start filling with lactic acid and your breath just starts like the second last run and even the last run. By the time there was like 10 seconds to go, I was still like getting my breath back, trying to get like real deep breaths. Like, oh shit, here we go. And by the last run, I like finished it, kind of laid on the ground, and then like add misery here. They were like, okay, now you've got 100 sit-ups to do with a 14 kilo dumbbell. Go do it. But they were like, oh, if you don't want, like, if you can't do it or you don't want to do it or you can do a lighter weight, then do that. Literally everyone else, and like I'm saying, 98% of people went and did it with like a heavy weight. I just went and did it. Like I did it after a while, and I only did 50. I was like, I'm just gonna go do 50 sit-ups, not even 100 sit-ups. I'm just gonna like just crank it out. And I was like, oh man, I'm done.
You're a disappointment to the
mere mortal lights. I am truly a mere mortal.
CrossFit sounds fun, but once every 3 months, I think. I think I'd enjoy a CrossFit workout once every 3 months, but not all the time.
Nah, not all the time. So today's one, and I'll bring it up specifically just to see how much you would have enjoyed it, because I personally was like, you know what, I'm not going to today's one. And you might see why when I bring up what the particular workout is, because it involved a lot of cardio. It involved some running. It was raining. It's La Niña again. Is it La Niña's fault? No, it's like CrossFit. It's CrossFit's fault. It's running's fault actually. It's running's fault. Fuck running. I want to run over again. So today's CrossFit workout was Jerry.
Okay.
Jerry.
So it's Jerry's fault.
4-time, 1 mile run, 2K row, 1 mile run. That's the workout.
Just that. Yeah.
That's the workout. I was like,
nah.
No.
Nah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
That doesn't excite me. If it was a bit of running with a bit of lifting and whatnot, sure, fine. That doesn't excite me.
You were talking about getting older, and there's just to finish off, I think, I actually had a weird experience being the youngest whilst I still think I feel like I'm definitely getting old, and like now you start actually thinking about it.
I would describe Karen, if you
20s.
can't see him right now, as crusty.
Crusty.
That's why if you've never seen Karen before, and it's pretty hard if you're listening this far and you've never seen Karen before. Kudos to you. That's amazing. I don't know how the fuck you've managed that.
Yeah,
but he just eats.
That'd be a good
Imagine
effort.
just a very crusty, tall white man.
I'll be a crusty old man for sure, but I don't know. At least I like shave my hair. I keep everything going. I feel like if I was crusty, I'd have like ear hair poking out, nose hair.
Okay, fair. Yeah,
being all that. In any case, I was hanging out with Brendan and some of his friends the last weekend.
Yep.
And we all were just talking or something. They're like, how old are you? How old are you? And they were saying their ages, and I was like, oh, you're older than I thought. Oh, you're older than I thought. And I ended up being the youngest, and they're like, you're the baby of the group. And I was like, oh, okay. 29 years old.
Baby.
Definitely doesn't feel like being the baby. It did get me thinking, though. There's something... I think there's a difference now when I'm hanging out with people like that, where it's... When you're younger, so let's just say 18 to 23, if someone had 2 years on you, 4 years on you, I always felt there was a gap between me and them, and I think that was pretty much just because they had that extra time to do stuff.
So give me an example.
So let's say I was 21 and they were 23 or 24. I always felt like there was a big gap between me. When I started work, so I was 21 when I started work, 18, 19, 22 maybe, just turned 22. And there was, the people above me were a couple of graduates, so there was people, literally 1 year, 2 year, 3 year above me. And I felt like there was a big gap between me and them just in terms of life and life experience.
Sure.
But now when I'm 29 and they're 33 or 34, it doesn't feel like that as much. And I think that might be just because that time period is a lesser amount of our whole lives. And so I've had time to catch up to them in terms of, just working hard at things. So like I can now speak Spanish, whereas when I was 21, you just don't have that as much time to learn all these different things. So now I can like rattle off a bunch of things I can do, and it'll be sort of like semi-impressive in a way. It's like, oh, you can do that now. Oh, you can do that now. And I get the feeling like I don't feel as young anymore. I'd feel like, oh, okay, I'm just like part of the group now. So yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like the baby of the group. You're the youngest of the group, but I think I feel like calling someone baby of the group, they were like,
what about with this
less than like 25 maybe. But if they were like over 25, okay, maybe not. Yeah. Unless we've all got now like extended age to like we're all going to live to 150 and 200, and then maybe you are still considered a baby in the human.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, evolution perhaps, but
yeah, that was
crusty. I'd say crusty.
That was a unique experience, one I hadn't had before. I was like, I'm not playing catch
for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
That's it.
We'll leave it at that for Meanderings, folks. Nothing more from us here at the Mere Mortals, except one last thing. Something I want to call out that Kyron himself called out in the Value for Value podcast. Folks, we are Value for Value enabled. What does that mean? It means that you can send us boostergrams, which means you can connect with us. You should be interacting with a lot of the new podcast platforms out there. We've called it out many, many times, so you should be interacting with those.
Yep.
Feel free to give it a trial. Ask us if you need to. We've got different places you can actually send us comment. YouTube, Instagram. You can go to our website and find us an email if you want us to help you out. Almost like white glove service. Do you need us to personally help you to show you what it might be like? Maybe we can. If you reach out, or even better, if you go into our Discord channel and you ask, I kind of want to see what it's like or get involved. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
I would be happy to go
100%.
through like a help out session, like a one-on-one. This is what it means. This is what happens.
I'm helping people out who haven't even asked me.
Exactly.
Like I'll see them on Twitter or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. I'll
exactly. So
send them a message or whatnot.
So just make sure you check it out. Come to Discord as well.
The other thing to note is like this is a value. Yeah, we do value for value. We follow the value for value model, which means we need your help and support. So we make hopefully a good, entertaining, educational, insightful podcast, whatever it is that you get from us. We do a lot of things over here, and it just can't keep going on forever with us just doing it without receiving feedback from you and support from you as the listener. So yes, once again, please, we only have that method enabled via Lightning, via Bitcoin. That's the way we want you to do it. So if you could please send us a Boostagram, start streaming us some sats. Boost.
That's right.
It's
You don't
very
have to send
much-
us a Bitcoin. You don't have to send us a Bitcoin, a full Bitcoin. You don't have
Not
to.
just yet.
Not just yet. But maybe if we're giving you like real value.
It's really good.
If
yeah.
you go, look, Juan talked about La Niña a lot. Like, he's just full of shit. I'm going to send him a Bitcoin anyway. That's fine. Do it. Do it. If you feel like it, just do it. That's okay by me. All right, Mere Mortalites, we'll leave it at that.
Do it.
Mere Mortals, take care. Be well. Juan out.
Karen out. Oh, yeah.